Republicans, why do you continue to align yourself with people who hate you? Rush Limbaugh used to talk about this a lot, how he said the left in America hates Republicans more than they hate any other group of evil out there. It didn't matter if they're Chinese communists, Russian communists, it did not matter. Muslim terrorists, it mattered not. They hated Republicans worse. He was 100% right. And yet Republicans, again, like the good little boys we are, the media creates this false narrative and we just fall in line, good versus bad. And if the media says Russia bad, Ukraine good, we're going to say Russia bad, Ukraine good. If the media says coronavirus bad or China bad, U.S. good when it comes to coronavirus, we're going to say China bad, coronavirus, U.S. good when it comes to coronavirus. If the media says mask and lockdowns good, everybody else fascists, Nazis, Republicans are going to say, right. And when I say Republicans, not all of us, thankfully. Republicans still have the ability to be independent, unlike the Democrats. But many Republicans, I've lost so many supporters for this stuff, and I frankly don't care. I still say what I say. But I'll never forget, a guy was financially supporting me. It's crazy. And he was really upset. He said I had blood on my hands. I was going to cause hundreds of thousands of dollars of deaths because I said the freaking masks and the lockdowns were insanity. I'll never forget that. And I was like, what? And I said, his name was Rob. I said, Rob, did you believe the climate change stuff? He goes, no, that's lies. I said, I couldn't believe it, man. It's the weirdest thing ever. And of course, they all want to blame China. And I said, but who financed that? The crazy thing, and this isn't a bash on Americans. It's not. It's just saying stop aligning yourself with the people who hate you. You are the epitome of the enemy, the number one enemy. They want you dead so they can rule, and they don't want you to exist. I don't understand it. Anyway, so I'm not going to read this article, but Russians in Maine find relations strained with friends and families overseas to support Russia's unprovoked war. I thought that was kind of silly when they said unprovoked. And then we're going to see right here. In Russia is where up is down, 2 and 2 make 5. And there's no war in Ukraine, and Russia's flawless leader is responsible for saving Ukrainian people from fascism. And then they keep going to the propaganda is highly effective and driven by Putin's total control over Russia's television. The closure of the last independent newspapers and radio stations, and many foreign broadcast and digital news sources. And they're basically, this media is basically bashing Russia for being just completely in one direction only. It's a weapon of the government. Like, oh, that's that's what Ukraine's doing, but B, that's not what we do here. We shut down the president of the United States. And then it's funny too, because I'm sitting there thinking our own media doesn't recognize how they think it's a free and independent press. And here, I mean, come on. One of the main reasons it's so effective, the propaganda, is because people are already preconditioned to believe these kind of stories, and not just because the propaganda has been saying these kinds of things for years. I'm reading this, I'm like, this is literally what happens in the U.S. But we still have the independent streak to us, thank the good Lord. And because that, we still have enough people, not many, but enough who will sit there and say, I don't believe anything the media says. It's all fake. I don't care what they say to say, oh, I support Ukraine now because I'm anti-Russian, or I support, freaking Fauci because I'm anti-Chinese. No. I don't buy any of that crap. It's all fake, dude. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, by the way. Just start looking up MMR. I'll just leave that for that. All right. A lot of people in Russia were and very upset about that whole Soviet Union collapse. And a reoccurring narratives that this is all the West's fault, along with CIA and the traitors who negotiated the collapse. The Boris Yeltsin was a CIA thing, 100%. Even people might be inclined to question the propaganda about the war, have incentives not to. Even people might be inclined to question the propaganda about the COVID, have incentives not to. That's just the whole thing. All right. So I just want to read you some of the comments. And remember, these are the people you, my friends, are aligning yourself with by just taking the Zelensky's God thing here. Right here. Maybe you already, let's see. This was Trump pulling a Putin. Amid the current crisis, Fiona Hill and other former advisors are connecting President Trump's pressure campaign on Ukraine to January 6th. And they're ready to talk. And this is the New York Times saying, things aren't looking very good. Putin, a right-wing populist, has control over Russia and has attacked Ukraine viciously. Other right-wing populists are in control of their countries are making concentrated effort to take control. Marie Le Pen could very well take over the government of France. Well, hopefully. She could break up the EU, hopefully, and possibly NATO, hopefully. And then we have Trumpism and Trump himself, a right-wing populist looking to take back the White House. So much for American democracy then. So much for a united front of democratic nations and facing right-wing authoritarian regimes. See how it's a united front of democratic nations facing right-wing authoritarian regimes. You see, as long as we're facing right-wing authoritarians, we're good. But the minute we face left-wing authoritarians, we're bad. Isn't that interesting, huh? Because when we got rid of the Hondurans, the president there in Honduras, and went after Daniel Ortega, well, he's still there in Nicaragua, I grant you. But remember Honduras, how that just kind of went under the water real quick when the right wing took over in a coup, and everyone's like, oh my goodness, how interesting. But we're only good for being democratic as long as we take on right wing and take on right wing cause. We fight against the right as long as we take on the left wing causes. Zelensky, left wing. Putin, right wing populist. Which side do you want to be on there? Not that you have to pick a side, doesn't matter, but still. Rural people get their point of view from TV. Here, Putin controls the media. Here, Fox News controls minds because these guys, Papa, do whatever. He's free from the propaganda. One is for power, the other is for money. Both abhorrent. Yeah, exactly. So basically, what he's saying is Fox News controls your mind, but not me. I read the New York Times. Let's see. All right, let's keep. Not everyone, of course, right here. Right here. So again, more Russian public opinion tells you about 2/3 of people nationwide approve of Putin. Is less educated, older part of the population, mainly living in rural areas or in small, medium-sized communities. Well, that seems mainly living in rural areas or small and medium-sized communities. So where the population is poor and more dependent on power. All right. So they also receive their whole construction of reality exclusive from television, unlike the left wing here. Right. All right. We see that Trump supporters, too, they're afraid. People are afraid to look at any news except the news approved by Donald Trump. You're supporting these people. You're aligning with these people. Sad story, but not unique to Russia. Too many fellow citizens still believe we found weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. 59% of Republicans believe Trump won. Unfortunately, there's a correlation across many issues, facts, and fact deniers. And a close correlation between Republicans and Russians. You're not. Let's see. Hold on a second. I want to keep reading. Center lane, because he's in the center. I did notice an orange glow on Putin's face. Maybe he's a real stable genius. Article says, try reasoning with a member of the Trump cult. This sounds, here we go. Kenneth Bunkport, independent. Yeah, I'm sure he's independent. This sounds a lot like the Donald Trump MO. Fortunately for us, the orange Alice in Wonderland is not as cunning as the genius and savvy mentor of Vlad Putin. And this guy, Maine Mama, says, he's speaking the truth. Isn't it obvious that Putin is following Trump's MO? Denying the facts and attacking the critics? There's no doubt in my mind there's a hidden link between the two biggest narcissists in modern times. I think it might be that Trump is following Putin's MO. After all, Putin's been out for 20 years. Let's see. Putin's Russia becomes Trump's America. This sounds all too much like what's going on here. We got between family who get their news from Tucker, Shapiro, and those who get it from NPR. This is crazy, man. Some people are just easily led. Not these guys, though. Let's see. What else. It's sad how many Americans on the left and right buy into Putin's narrative. Who? Who's buying this? Crazy. Is there a large measure of support for Putin's narrative here that I don't know about? This Castle Snowbird is a big lefty, but still, it's like, who? I want to know who these people are. Me? Because I say, wait a second, maybe there's a different side of the story other than the Zelensky propaganda. Anyway, whatever. Just stop. The media controls the Democrats, man. And Rush Limbaugh, again, used to say this. The media controls the Democrats. So we know what the Democrat narrative is going to be. Is whatever the media pushes. Why do Republicans keep following it, though? It's so strange. It's like Republicans saying, what is that thing with the Will Smith and that slap that was at Grammys, Oscar? I don't know what the hell these award shows are called. But I want to be with those people, so I'm going to be a Republican and go to the Grammys so I can say, hey, I'm not like those Republicans. I'm like me, but not like those guys. It's the same thing here, man. We throw in with people who hate us, and I don't understand. That doesn't mean you support. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just saying, for once, can we think beyond just a media narrative? For once, if you just ignore them, you'll be better off. That way, they don't have any control. Just ignore them. Say, I'm not following you because you guys lie. That's all you do is you lie. Just stop it, please. I'm begging you. For once, just say the media isn't going to define me. It's not. I'm just not going to listen to it because they're all full of crap and they lie. All right, we'll see you.